Hi and welcome to Degen BJJ with me, Irish Mike, and my co-host
Ken. We're here for episode 5 with Lucus North,
Welcome, Luke.
What's going on, boys?
Andre Pimenta, black belt.
Yeah, man.
So you're here to have a little chat with us about being a black belt and also juggling a hectic, degenerate lifestyle alongside it.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me, boys. Thanks for having me.
Oh,
So
it's been planned for a while.
Yeah,
we were our episode 5 even before we started. So
yeah, it's been coming for a little while. We knew you were there with the chat we were talking about down the pub when we first dreamed up this crazy idea.
I don't know if that was the birth of it or what, but I was definitely there for.
You were very supportive. That was when I was like trashing it, saying you're fucking me all off your head.
So how did you actually meet Luke? Because for me, I'd heard about you before I'd met you from Aiden Kidd
Aiden, it was all Aiden.
and Adam.
Yeah.
Like, you guys were training a bit through lockdown.
Yes,
Although-
that's how I met the both of you. I think it was that one day that sticks in my mind.
I think you were down beforehand though. As
I
well.
may have been around in passing, but I didn't know that you two were degenerates at that time. So there wasn't the link that we
Aiden
had
had said
now.
to me, "Did you roll with Luke? Did you roll with Luke?" And I was like, "No." And he's like, "Oh, he'd really roll with you. He's a good guy." And I was like, "No, yeah,
I
I
don't
don't want
being
a
a
scary
good guy.
black belt. I don't want to be rolling with him." He's after teaching you how to darce me 405 times.
No, I think it was. I'm going back. I'm thinking it was last summer, sometime in the late summer.
Yeah,
There was one particular open mat, or maybe it was a Saturday class.
it was a Saturday.
It was
yeah.
a Saturday class. That's right.
We all went for beers after.
And the plan was for me to go. I had plans that evening, so the plan was to go for two is three. We both know that. We all know that 2 is 3. We had 3, and then we moved on to a completely different
I
pub.
remember, we were drinking a Magnum walking down the Oxford Road.
Courtesy of you, Ken.
Did-
You picked up some Magnums for us, and we took a little trek down there.
Did I go somewhere else? Because I can't. Because I do not remember. I didn't
There's the-
remember meeting you
That
the first
doesn't
time.
mean you went somewhere else.
I did go somewhere
You
else.
didn't.
You were
No,
there.
in my mind.
You were there. Yeah, you were there in body, maybe not in mind.
Yeah.
But, I think you and Bobby had gone and trained with Luke beforehand, because I remember you got added to like a chat, and then
or WhatsApp. Yeah.
you got
That was
added.
beforehand, yeah.
Yeah, you got added to a WhatsApp chat, and I was like, I didn't know who you were, but I'd heard about you through Aiden and Adam, and then this incident we just talked about happened. We're walking down the Oxford Road drinking this Magnum, and I'm like, oh, I know why he's in this group now. I know why and this guy's
that's
a
right, because
a
I
degenerate.
didn't. So we have a little WhatsApp group.
I met you beforehand, I swear, and I didn't remember meeting you because then I remember introducing you to someone, and they were going, "Yeah, I met him the night we were all out."
At Matt House?
At Matt House.
Oh, okay, yeah. I was
Because
very...
I never remember meeting you. I was so
We met-
drunk.
So we all met through the sesh and jiu-jitsu at different
100,
times.
yes, and we all had a little group.
Different times,
but
really.
It was Bobby, who I'm sure will be on the podcast
In the near future, hopefully.
Calling for it.
Yeah.
Once he heals up, I'm not
Once
sure
he
if
heals
he
up.
can climb into the loft at the moment
No,
for
he's
recording.
not making it up those steps. I barely made it up those steps. So. But no, I knew of you because I saw your name in the WhatsApp group. But I remember bumping into you in the changing rooms at Matt House, and then you were like, "I'm Ken." I'm like, "Oh shit, you're Ken from the fucking group.
Yeah,
Oh, you're the DJ. You're a fellow DJ." So yeah, and then
we had
that day we all got dragged along for a what became a 8-9 hour, possibly 12 for some, Mike, session.
I definitely went that day. Maybe another
No?
one.
Okay.
Yeah, so that was how we met, and you've kindly joined us today to talk about, I guess, a bit about your jiu-jitsu journey a little bit.
No, I appreciate that.
So you like me, I think you boxed a bit beforehand. So how did you actually get into jiu-jitsu?
So
Like,
funny
I'd like
enough-
to start at the beginnings a little bit.
Yeah, I actually didn't box at all beforehand. The
Oh,
boxing was
really?
in the middle. No, so the way I started training was at like a I'm gonna put in quotes, air quotes, MMA gym, and I'm not gonna mention names because I've got nothing but love in my heart for these people that run this place.
Yeah.
But it wasn't an MMA gym.
It was at the time.
It was at the time. Yeah, I'd seen a few UFCs.
You're looking back now, you see.
I saw a cage and I was like, oh yeah, shit, I'm fucking training UFC here.
I mean, if they had the cage, they were doing fairly all right. Like.
They were doing all right, yeah. Financially, they were doing all right. Training wise,
Okay.
I don't know. But that was actually through Adam Brown, who
Squish.
is a Squish, who's a mutual friend and training partner of the three of us, and that was in maybe I'm gonna say 2011. That's going way back now.
Okay.
Just a typical sort of very like 19-year-old boy getting into street fights, getting sick of it, getting into a bit too much trouble, a bit hotter water than I could handle.
Okay.
And one day turned around to a mate and I was like, do you reckon I could do some of that UFC stuff? Like I was just looking for something to do. I wasn't necessarily, I had no idea what jiu-jitsu was. I didn't know what, I thought gis were for karate dudes and kung fu people. I didn't know what any Brazilian jiu-jitsu was.
Hollywood movies.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. That was Bruce Lee. I didn't know what a gi was. That wasn't a thought in my mind at all. But I'd seen the UFC, so I thought maybe if I could do something like that. I asked a friend. I was unsure because I was the least athletic person you could imagine.
Oh really? You weren't always athletic, no?
Oh my look! I don't know if I'm athletic now, Michael.
Jesus Christ!
No. Like I tried and failed. Name a sport. I tried it and fucked it. Like it wasn't. Nothing was for me.
Okay.
So I asked a friend and I was like, do you reckon I could do something maybe to the UFC stuff? And he was like, yeah, if you do the grappling side, the jiu-jitsu side, that's like for more like smart people. He's basically saying, you're a nerd, try that. So I thought, yeah.
Backhanded compliment.
Yeah, the most backhanded, yeah.
There you go, nerd boy. You can't run save your life.
Exactly, yeah.
You don't read books, you're not that nerdy, so just go do jiu-jitsu, yeah.
So I looked it up, Googled it, Googled the closest thing in the area. I was living in Reading at the time and found, again, an unnamed gym. Went along, it was attached to like a commercial gym, or they rented out a space near to a commercial gym. So
something like what you were saying, Ken.
Yeah, that's what a lot of them were like back then, eh?
Yeah, exactly, yeah. They rented out like a sports hall space that they had roll-out mats and things like that. So I would go up on the balcony, like where you could watch from the squash courts and give it a little look, like peer over from time to time and think like, oh, that's actually kind of maybe the thing that I want to do. But
you're looking through the keyhole, but not walking through
exactly,
the door.
Exactly that. Like I did the whole typical, like I'm going to get in shape first, which is a whole
any excuse not to do it.
Any excuse not to do the difficult thing, right? One day, just thought, fuck it, I'm going to just walk in there, see how much it is for a drop-in class. Tried it, completely fell in love with it. Completely, like managed to like the guy let us spar on the first day.
That's a bit of you, yeah.
Was this like MMA sparring or?
This was this was like positional MMA sparring.
Okay.
So it was like on the ground, but we were punching. I had a mouth guard in my mouth, but it was the first time I'd put a mouth guard in. So he was like, "Have you got a mouth guard?" And I was like, "No, I don't have one." He's like, "Well, we sell them." I was like, "Okay, well, how much?" He was like, £7, £7.99, whatever. Bought one. Had no idea. I didn't know about boil and bite.
Yeah.
So I've just shoved a rock solid plastic gum guard in my mouth.
Fresh
And I'm like, this doesn't feel right. Like, is this how most people feel? Because it's like, I can already feel like I'm just talking and my gums are bleeding.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I don't know. And he's like, is it all good? And I'm like, yeah, sure, it's all good. Yeah, fine. Jumped on the mat, took a few smacks, managed to, just out of being a scrappy little guy, managed to
the street helped you out.
The street,
the transition for once.
Yeah, exactly. The street came through for me that day, and managed to do okay, and got a few smacks and got beat up a little bit, and loved that as well, and just completely fell in love from there, and actually and that's where I met Adam.
Yeah.
Became super close with him right off the bat. Like he was kind of like a big brother at training, and actually had a few fights, MMA fights, from that.
Was that true, Adam?
No, I think he had a hand in setting it up.
Okay.
But it was, it was very...
Shout out Squish.
Shout out Squish, all day. Had a few MMA fights. Won my first one. Again, that was after, I want to say 8 weeks training.
So that was before you trained any jiu-jitsu really? It was just this MMA
8 weeks.
style gym.
Yeah, 8 weeks.
8 weeks in, you were just...
I took a fight. Someone dropped out and they were 80 kilos. I was maybe like 81 kilos at the time. And they're like, oh, is there anyone 80 kilos? I'm like, I'm 81. And they're like, Lucas, don't be a fucking pussy. Take the fight. And I'm like, I'm not a pussy, so I guess I have to take the fight now. Took a fight. Managed to win the fight. Luckily, the guy kicked me in my leg, the hardest I've ever been kicked, punched me, and then he lifted me up. The video is on YouTube to see. He lifts me up, it felt like 8 feet in the air, slammed me down, mounts me. I've got my mum in the crowd. Like, I've only brought 4 people, and 2 of them, like, one's my mum, one's my nan. Like, it wasn't, like, I didn't
shout out your nans.
Shout out Nanny Pat all day. And managed to somehow, I don't want to call it a sweep, I'm hesitant to call it a sweep, but just managed to roll on top and finish the fight with strikes on top.
Ground and pound from the top.
Ground and pound from the top.
Okay.
And took another fight a few weeks after that, and got my head absolutely kicked in.
Alright.
And that was like when reality set in.
And did that deter you now, or did it go, you want to get better, or like I'm only starting the journey, or?
So it made me, it didn't deter me. Like when I lost, I was like, obviously I was gutted.
Yeah.
Like I was heartbroken. Like I didn't even want to, like I was actually kind of a poor sportsman. I was kind of a prick. Like I didn't want to shake the guy's hand. Like my nose is bleeding. I got choked out with a technique that I had no idea existed.
Okay.
Like I just got out of the ring and I just wanted nothing to do with it for a little bit. And then I was like, no, fuck that. You can't be that kind of person. So went
It's
back
not
to
your nature, like you're not that
No.
nature. You don't just come across that nature.
No,
anyway,
I,
like,
I like to think so anyway.
Yeah.
Went back to that gym, and after maybe a week or two, started training again. And then it was one Saturday morning in particular, and we were doing kickboxing sparring at the end, but beforehand you'd have to do like bag circuits. Like it was basically just a cardio kickboxing workout.
Okay.
And the coach was going around the room on the bags. There's maybe like 8 bags on the wall. So on this one, he's like, okay, this one we're going to do Thai, like a left hook, right hand, switch, leg kick, blah, 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 round the room.
Okay.
He gets to a teardrop bag, which is my favourite bag.
Explain that for someone like me.
A
now that
teardrop
hasn't a
bag,
clue.
Ken will know, as a boxer, will know what it is. It sort of comes down from a point into like a heavy...
Oh yeah, yeah. Another ones, yeah, the one you
If
throw the
just
uppercut
picture,
at,
yeah, you
isn't
throw an uppercut, and I
Yeah,
loved
yeah.
an uppercut. And yeah, if you just picture a teardrop, but
Yeah.
sort of 3D, that's what a teardrop is, a teardrop bag is. And I could tell he was like scratching around for ideas for techniques on this bag. And he's like, so when you get to this bag, and he takes a beat and he's like, headbutts, self-defense headbutts. So
Also telling of the time.
yeah, exactly. So alarm bells are ringing right now. Like as soon as I hear the,
Yeah.
we're gonna
The technique of the day is
Is a
head.
Scottish kiss.
headbutt. Like I'm gonna
A Glasgow kiss.
headbutt. This is a 2-minute round. Like, well, how long am I gonna stand here?
Hello, CTE.
Yeah. I have so much to thank and blame for that one round. So like maybe 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 headbutts. Definitely finished the round in. I thought to myself like, I don't know, man. This doesn't feel like the thing to be doing. Took a whole bunch of time off. Kind of actually lost contact with Adam for a little bit. And then about a year later, a friend of mine that was at that gym before and moved out to Carlson Gracie Farnborough messaged me and said like, you need to do Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
So had you boxed in between at this point?
No, not even yet.
So you haven't boxed
no boxing yet. No,
okay,
no.
because like I mean, so
No.
what year are we talking now then?
Now we're talking about 2014.
Okay, so
Yeah,
yeah,
2014.
we're talking about 9 years ago, yeah.
Yeah, went to Camberley, started jiu-jitsu, completely fell in love with it, and then it was all go from there.
And was it in the gi you started, or was no
In the
gi
gi.
available back then?
There was only one no-gi session a week at the time on a Sunday, and it was
Okay.
kind of like an invite-only thing.
Okay.
But because, like,
You're only starting as well.
only starting, but because they could just see that I was throwing everything into this thing. Like, I mean, there was no
Yeah.
interest outside. I had one singular focus, and it was just
Yeah.
to get better at jiu-jitsu.
Which is, I think, where we all still are.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Hasn't
Yeah. I'm back there now. Thank
Yeah.
God. And so they would let me to the no-gi, and yeah, fell in love. Completely fell in love.
So your progression to black belt was about what, 9 years? Or?
9 years. Yeah, 9 years to black belt. From 2014 to 2022. Yeah,
Okay, so yeah, eight years.
8 years. Yeah.
If you were to break down your belts, like, you know, white to black, like
Mm.
most black belts kind of do it, you know, and would say definitely black belt now, like, so what would you think as white, blue, like, what was your experiences, not to be going on
No.
the whole time with cascading them, but like, if you
No.
were to say, how do you feel about white, what way did you feel?
Pure hell. White belt. Pure. I just do it. White belt was pure hell, but I loved it and I miss it.
And how long, just roughly each?
At white belt, we're probably talking about 18 months, which I think is probably about average for a Carlson's.
Okay.
They tend to
How many classes a week would that be roughly?
as many as I could
Oh,
make.
okay,
It would be like, yeah.
I was always there. I was like, you'd never not see me in the gym when I was a white belt.
That was exactly how
I'm
it
trying
was.
to. I'm trying to get back to there now.
It was close to as close to every. I mean, there wasn't as many. There wasn't a class every day back then.
Yeah. Did you enter any competitions as a white belt?
As a white belt, only 2.
And how did you fare at those? Or do you remember?
I think there was one English Open and one maybe Herefordshire. I can't remember what it was.
Mm.
Silver in one of them, the other one completely blasted first round, just straight out.
No, so for all your white belts on the way to your black, just know it doesn't always work out like a
No,
story.
fuck no. No, it's not supposed to work out. You're a white belt. Just go out there and get beat up.
So then you got your blue belt.
Yeah, blue belt came in maybe 2015. That was probably my favourite belt.
Okay.
Just because I feel like when it turns from white to blue,
you feel like you're actually a member of the club, isn't it?
Yeah, there's 1,000 reasons. Like because you're already looking at the blue belts in the club as like the people that are really, they're cemented in, they know jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, the ones that haven't left.
Yeah, the ones that haven't left, right? And also, even away from that, like explaining to your friends how long you've been, and they ask you how long you've been doing jiu-jitsu now. About 12, 14 months. Oh, cool. What belt are you? White. They're like, oh, well, you must fucking suck. Yeah. And it's like, no, you don't really understand.
Yeah.
How the whole thing works. So blue belt was
step onto the mat.
Yeah, go onto the mat.
How old my 12-year-old nephew is a black belt.
Oh yeah,
reply.
Yeah,
You
of
know,
course.
like
Yeah, exactly.
Oh yeah.
That's the whole
beat
thing.
the fuck out of your 12-year-old.
Yeah, Apple. Yeah, bring him round.
Kick the baby. A bit of South Park.
Yeah, he better watch his back at the next fucking barbecue.
Sorry, anyway.
So then you got your blue belt.
Yeah, blue
Did
belt.
you compete at blue?
Again, only once. British Open.
Oh, sorry about that.
Got, I believe that was a silver medal too. I should probably go train at B team. The more I'm thinking about it. Yeah. Again, that was maybe the only competition I did at blue.
Okay.
The only major one that I can think of anyway.
And is this all at the same gym? Like,
always at Carlson's.
So Carlson's the whole way through.
100%. And then, but at blue belt, around September 2015, I tore my ACL.
Okay.
And it was close to a bad tear, so I had to take 18 months off at blue belt.
And what did you do? Just done nothing in between that? There's nothing you can do?
Nothing. There was nothing really. And that was actually during the recovery where I found boxing. Because I feel like you can predict after about a year, when I could like go out running and things like this, I wanted something that was at least in the same vein. I needed a combat sport.
Yeah. Okay.
So that's when I went towards boxing, because you could at least predict a bit more the movement of your legs.
It's only two hands coming at you. And
exactly, and I can at least think about what I'm doing. And like no one's grabbing my leg and twisting it in a direction that I don't want them to. And then maybe purple belt in like 2016. Only purple belt for a year. Pretty sure that's because they forgot that they gave me a year prior to that. Brown belt a very long time because I hit COVID.
Okay, yeah.
And it was really brown belt because where I was boxing at purple belt, and I sort of fell in love with boxing. And
okay.
I'm not going to say like I became disillusioned with jiu-jitsu or anything like that, but
your focus shifted.
It shifted. I was just doing it less, so my focus is going to shift on what I'm doing more, right?
Yeah, whatever you're putting your time into, you're going to see more out of. Yeah.
And then that kind of picked up as a brown belt, and I started to take boxing matches, and completely fell for boxing. I mean, I was in the boxing gym daily, and I was maybe averaging one jiu-jitsu session fortnightly.
Okay. That's the right turnaround altogether. So.
Yeah. I mean, it went on. Right up until COVID.
Okay. And then that fucked everything for
everyone. That fucked everything. And I was even kind of like, if I'm honest, I was kind of thinking like, do I want to keep making the drive? Do I want to keep like, how good do I think I am at this jiu-jitsu thing? Like, do I want to focus more on the boxing thing? I kind of like let it simmer for a little bit. And it was actually my girlfriend, Ali, when I had a conversation with her, and I was like, look, I don't know what I want to do here.
Yeah.
I don't know if I want to be making the journey and everything like that. So she said, just give yourself a chance. And this is exactly what she said. She said, give yourself a chance to fall back in love with the sport. And what that meant was turning up for warm-ups, not being the guy that I was, because I was turning up for maybe...
Are you the memes purple belt guy that just doesn't sit
worse.
on the side? And
I was worse. I would like kind of purposely turn up late because all I wanted to do was get there, scrap and burn calories.
You guys do warm-ups?
Yeah, guys, if we do some warm-ups, you wouldn't know that if you train in my classes.
The only classes I've been to have been yours.
Yeah, we don't do warm-ups in those classes.
if Lucas is teaching, you just get straight in.
Again, we're getting straight down
People
to
don't know about it, but they'll come to know the more people we gather towards it.
And
so you fell back in love with jiu-jitsu at brown belt?
I listened to her and did it, and this was probably only a year and 18 months ago, something. Made sure I averaged at least 3-4 classes a week, and showed up for the whole thing, learned the technique, and within 3 sessions, I was back in love like I was a white belt again. Like all of a sudden, I'm looking back on YouTube for techniques. My free time spent studying techniques. Like the whole time on the journey there, I'm thinking about what I'm going to do. The whole time on the way back, I'm thinking about
crying in
what
the
I
shower.
didn't do. Yeah.
Arrogant with shampoo bottles.
Exactly.
Conditioner says, you could have got him with that. Conditioner's like, nah man, you didn't have it. Like,
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly. And then 6 months after that, got the black belt, and thank God I put the focus in beforehand, because otherwise that black belt would have felt really strange. That because the way I got my black belt, my coach moved back to Brazil, Andre Pimenta.
Okay.
Moved back to Brazil during lockdown, the lockdown one,
Yeah, he went back
summer
home.
of 2020.
Okay.
So kind of got the feeling or the worry that you may have got it either way, because he's coming back and he knows me from white belt. Yeah, and he knows the amount of time I've been doing it. So if I'd have been continuing on that path that I was and got the black belt, I don't know how that would have went.
Yeah.
But yeah, thank God that I'd put the time in before, and it felt good to get the black belt.
Deserved. So did you compete at all at brown belt, or
None at all, brown.
none at all at purple or brown? Because you were mostly boxing through purple, right?
100% boxing.
Yeah, so-
Everything was boxing.
Nice.
Everything, which I still love, and I still have a lot of love for the sport. I watch it and I follow it, and I still have a lot of friends in the boxing community. But if I'm not fighting, recently I helped a friend of mine, Cash, out for a camp. He's on the Queensbury League. I'm sure you'll know
Cash
it.
Felix.
Yeah, I know Cash. No, Kashif Chowdhury.
Okay.
Big Cash, yeah. And he's on the Queensbury League, which is like the feeder for people that are maybe a little older to go AMI. But they want to turn over in the next couple of years, so they do the Queensbury League. I think now it's called Quest League,
Okay.
or something like that. But it's really respected in boxing. And he had a pretty big light heavyweight fight coming up, and I jumped in the camp because he's an old friend.
Yeah.
He just punched the head off me for 6 weeks straight, and I thought, fuck this.
Shout out Big Cash.
Shout out Cash, that's my brother. But yeah, he gave me a few headaches for a good while there, and I just thought, if you're not fighting, why this? You don't need to be doing this. Get back to the gym.
Yeah. Okay.
So on your way up, you were obviously training gi and no gi, right?
Yeah.
The whole way up, and now obviously the class I've trained with you, and most of the roles we've had have been no gi.
Yes.
Are you more a no gi guy or a gi guy? When a little earlier we were talking down a pub, and you said perhaps you wanted to get more gi rounds in, which was a surprise for me.
Yeah,
so.
I do.
You never do. You never
No.
give that impression.
You'll rarely see me in a gi, but I'm definitely more a no gi guy. That's down to preference, and I think also naturally over time you gravitate to one or the other, and you get better at one or the other. Obviously, you can be brilliant at both.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm not. I'm good at no gi. I would even hesitate to say I'm decent in the gi. Like I can hold my own.
Yeah.
But as soon as someone wraps my lapel around my leg and twist their De La Riva hook, and I don't know what any of that stuff is, and I don't care to know. It's beautiful for me to watch, but I don't enjoy doing it, and I don't particularly enjoy watching it. But I love no-gi grappling. I love the speed of it. I love the pace. I love the scramble nature of it massively. And I love the wrestling. So I always gravitated towards it. Naturally got better at that than the other. And the reason I teach no-gi, I don't know if I'll be qualified to teach a gi class, although I'm a black belt.
You probably should sell yourself a bit short now, to be fair,
But I wouldn't enjoy it either. I just have so much more love for no-gi than I do the gi. Although, like you say,
your mind shifting at the minute.
After the recent
Worlds.
Yeah.
Marigali made loads of people fall back in love with the gi.
And I think that's a beautiful thing too, though. Because something needed to save that sport, because that was on its ass. We can be honest, that it was as a spectator sport goes, gi jiu-jitsu was kind of on its ass. You got guys like Marigali in there doing the whole showmanship, but also doing the jiu-jitsu that actually is fun to watch. I found myself glued to the screen.
Yeah, it's entertaining.
Yeah, and
It's
also
not
we'll
just
talk about
not just stalling out for an advantage. It's
nothing like that at all. It's domination. It's getting the way to a submission, and also Jimenez as well.
Yeah,
like watching a guy with that movement style.
So you're looking at me like, you know, you might as well be
You don't know?
That's just my
Yeah.
soccer player you're talking about. Like, I don't follow.
You don't follow.
Nah,
you don't follow
I
jiu-jitsu at all?
Not on the,
Doesn't
not
watch
watching it.
any
Nah,
jiu-jitsu.
okay.
I'll watch
memes.
other
He's in it for the memes.
Memes, yeah.
For me.
memes and whatever's Craig Jones will throw on Instagram,
Of
and to
course,
watch him
yeah,
fight
yeah.
with
We're
grind
watching
up
that.
Gordon Ryan. You know what I mean? That's it.
But your focus is really definitely on, although you maybe fell in love with the gi again, focus is definitely no gi in terms of like competitions and that moving forwards.
Exactly, yeah. So I was still training the gi, and it's fun to put the gi on and train in the gi. But as far as competition goes, especially, that would be exclusively no gi. Like it's now time. Like I feel like now I want to get into some competition, and my best bet is without the gi.
Okay, yeah.
And
That's fair. Like, especially if you feel that way as well.
100%. Like if I'm gonna have any, like there's gonna be some rust to knock off either way.
Right.
But to do it in the gi would just be a bit too much. So yeah, without the gi, and that's why I'm looking at maybe
you eyeing up something this year, like?
yeah, I'm looking at
Oh, watch out, black belts.
yeah.
Lucas is coming.
There's we got the no gi British or the no gi English in May. I think it's May 8th.
No.
So I'm looking at that, and then long term I'm looking at the ADCC trials, the European trials, over there in Poland.
Oh, you say that's
In
September.
September, yeah. So that would be
So when it comes to competition, like I mean, assume like this will be the kind of biggest step up in competition. Considering what would you say your biggest achievement is in terms of competing at jiu-jitsu?
I don't feel like I've got any huge It would be like a silver medal, like a British or something like that. It wouldn't be anything to. I've never been. For me, especially with like the little injuries I had spliced in and out, like here and there. It was just. It was all about the training. I just loved the training.
Yeah.
And
I think that's why we all do it, isn't it?
Yeah, I'd always think about competing, but I think for a long time I would either get in my own way, or then a injury would get in my way, and there would always be a reason.
There's always an easy excuse out, isn't there?
And that's actually what it probably was, kind of like an excuse out. But especially with the time off, it kind of makes you feel like you've got time to make up.
Yeah.
And I would put a ton of pressure on myself and avoid it. But now, I'm not getting any younger, I just think, fuck that. Like, I'll just fly over to Poland and just get stuck into it.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Yeah, obviously, we'll hopefully catch up with you again before that.
Of course.
So
Yeah.
obviously, that's a big change in terms of obviously competing at a good level at boxing and then switching to this. How has your training switched up? With grappling, do you do much off the mat stuff, or are you mostly a mat hours kind of guy?
So now, yeah, then that's because you have a bit of a boxing background yourself, so you know that so much of your training is spent out of the ring.
Yeah.
Road work and things like that. And I still have like a bit of a place in my heart for waking up at a silly hour and putting the runners on and getting out there. I can tell by Mike's face.
If YouTube was here, it'd be cutting to me right now.
But no, now mat time. That's everything. That's above all else. It's just the most fun.
Yeah. I mean, what's fun keeps you coming back, eh?
100. If I'm stuck and it's been a shit day of work, I'll hit the gym and maybe do some. I'm trying to lift a bit more now. I'm getting a bit older.
Are you conscious about what you eat in your diet? Like, do you take supplements, protein, or anything?
So
like that?
no, I don't do any supplements. But
No, sorry, in Jesus, no.
yes, no. This is my essay. The rum here, by the side. That's
I was going to touch on something about that. Just going a
no,
little
we
bit
can
off
tell.
topic.
So but that's kind of so I keep the diet clean
Yeah.
because I know full well
How
I'm going to take the piss when it comes to the weekend with booze, and you got to pick your poison.
Did you not say that at one point you were coming home from training and drinking a bottle of wine?
What, every night?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Just like
Yeah.
in case people think I'm a fucking pisshead. Like,
Oh, no,
I'm
no,
on
no,
about 4
no.
or 5 pints.
No. I might be the undercover head of the DJs when it comes to alcohol. Like that's something we're gonna have to overcome a little bit before the
Birds of a feather flock together.
exactly.
The most qualified at jiu-jitsu and at degeneracy.
100%.
Well, I'd never drink a bottle of wine every night, so I think you beat me in all fronts. Like, you know, you just can't hold a candle to anything you do. You know what I mean?
So with training for comps like that, what boys have you got at your gym that you train with that you're going to be going into those sort of comps with?
What boys do I have?
Yeah, obviously.
Sure. Rory. Shout out Rory.
We have to shout out Rory. That's my little brother there. Rory is. We've got that. It's and Luke too. We got to shout out Luke.
Oh, yeah.
Young Luke. He's a savage. We've got. It's a good mix at Carlson's. We have like there's some real serious blue belts coming up now. That you just know. Like, be nice to him now, because in 2 years, 3 years, they're going to come back to bite you.
You'll have the receipts.
Be very, very polite, yeah, because they've got the text receipts for sure. And then it's obviously people like Sean White, who's out there competing at the highest level now.
I had to go with Mika recently at the ADCC tour, isn't it?
Yeah, that little steadhead.
Yeah, have you spoke to Sean after?
Go easy on the steroid use.
Yeah.
For my former people.
Yeah, don't insult Michael. But have you spoken to Sean much since that? Has he got any opinion on, or is he kind of just?
I had more of an opinion on it than he did. Like,
just
I was a little bit bitter about it, like, because that's my brother there too, Sean. Like, I've shared so many mat hours with
Do
the
you
boy.
not think everybody in the sport's on it? Mostly, and it's just...
Of course, and I think Sean sort of had that thought too. Like, he wasn't shocked.
Yeah.
And it wasn't I was shocked. It's just when there's someone you love, or there's someone you like
I mean,
when you're out there watching them with someone that's abusing it like that, you can't help but have like somewhat of a visceral reaction.
Yeah.
And you're just like, fuck that guy.
It's like Craig Jones says, well, if I won the Worlds that time, I'm happy I came second because they only test the winner.
Yeah, they only test
You know
the
what I mean? Like,
yeah.
and you know, I mean, look at Nicky Rod and
Look
at Gordon Ryan. I mean, the best in the world are on it. So I don't get people's upheaval of it when we don't really test it.
I get it.
I do get what you're saying though, because he's not on it, and it is an unfair advantage.
I'm pretty sure Sean's clean. I mean, shout out Sean, but you know, it's not the best body I've seen. It's not a body. Sean, I love you to pieces, but that's not a body built by steroids. And he'd agree.
I was backhanded compliment.
But there's a ton of other.
It was actually fantastic how he just cut it in there. Let's be honest, like.
So, and like black belt level, like you, Sean.
Yeah.
Who else are we going out to Poland to compete?
So a good friend of mine and a long time training partner when I was training MMA and boxing, Keith Ellis, Big Keith. Michael, I think you shared around with him.
Yeah.
What does it feel like?
It feels like you're cutting a vice.
Yeah. You try and single leg him, you may as well go outside the front door now and try and single leg a lamppost, because you're not getting him down. Yeah. You're not getting him out of the ground.
He's definitely a guy that did the doors like back in the time when he was a hard fella. Like he was probably 19 kicking 24-year-olds.
Oh yeah, no, he's the scariest. He's the scariest looking guy. Yeah.
He's so nice. He's a
sweetheart of a guy. But he's terrifying looking. But also black belt, ridiculously high level. Adam Hussein, I was saying to you earlier, Ken, probably one of the toughest roles I've ever had anywhere with jiu-jitsu. Alan Proctor, again, long time training. We've got a ton now of like guys that are really going for it, and even if they're not competing, there's what we've got at Carlson is a lot of guys that are kind of like the best kept secrets, because they're not out there winning the big medals, but you catch them there on a Saturday morning and they will fuck you up.
Okay. Good rounds.
Yeah, and they just live round the corner, and they could go out there tomorrow and medal.
But they just don't compete.
Yeah. But I think that's big in jiu-jitsu though.
Yeah, probably.
You hear about that a lot, like these gym legends that never really cared to get out there, but they could get out there tomorrow and podium on some of the biggest stages.
Yeah, it's fair.
We look forward to having you back on to talk a bit more about the prep and the camp heading up to that.
We'll have to do something a bit more
100
closer to it.
100%. So
jiu-jitsu in the streets.
Yeah, the question that we have to ask all of our guests is like, you know, those old maths tests you get at school where it'd be like, show your working. Here's an equation, show your working. Does jiu-jitsu work in the streets?
I can tell you.
And show us your working.
I can show you my working. So I can show you both successful and failed experiments and equations with this one. And I can show you the working from both. Thank God, it's been successful more than it's been a failure. But the failures sting a lot worse. And
getting your head banged off pavement isn't great.
Yeah. So I think the first time I like consciously used grappling and jiu-jitsu in a street fight was as a white belt.
Of course.
Yeah, of course.
I'm gonna fuck everyone
you
up
can't
with
wait to get out there and use it. Yeah.
No one is more confident than a one-stripe white belt.
And I think I wore it out that night too.
Used
And I might have, I got my nan to iron on like 2 extra stripes just so no one asked any questions.
Your belt probably was white with your fashion sense. You probably back then. You probably had a blue jeans and white belt.
Maybe I've had that before.
For the audio-only listeners, which is everyone because we don't have a video feed, Luke is sat here in a Dior short.
They're really short.
Sorry, Dior t-shirt and a pair of are they leopard print?
I think we're going to call this faux snakeskin.
Faux snakeskin.
Yeah,
photo shorts.
Yeah,
So,
I think it's cutting off the circulation to his testicles.
Don't worry about that.
He's one for fashion statements for sure. That's why Michael's comment comes from.
But
So now continue with the story about scrapping. Now after we've described.
I can't wait for the YouTube. I can't wait for the YouTube so I can bring a nice loud shirt.
Now the listeners have got a mental image of you. Tell them about your fight stories, Lucas.
So the first one the first one and probably the worst one was as a one-stripe white belt. Went out in the town, nothing crazy. I think it's actually a Thursday night. Like I was young enough to be going out on a Thursday night and still getting on site on a Friday at a decent time.
Oh, those days. I missed them.
Those days. Went into a club in Reading, doesn't matter where.
Yeah.
A friend got talking to a girl. I got talking to the friend of the girl that my friend was talking to. Everything's going swimmingly. You're just thinking, this is very good for a Thursday. This is mint. Yeah, fine. All of a sudden, like in a blurred distance, I see a stranger guy wing an open hand slap at the girl that my friend was talking to.
Okay.
Shout out Nathan, by the way. I think you met
Nathan. Yeah, Nathan.
This is Nathan. Yeah. Nathan is he's a cool guy, but he doesn't have a cool head. So he's flipped. He's flipping tables over. He's throwing guys over DJ equipment. Everything gets shut down. Everyone's outside of this club on a big main street in Reading. I'm thinking everything's cooling off, and we've managed to find the group that we're with. Everyone's just chatting, but we've all decided like we're just going to go our separate ways. Everyone's going to go home.
Yeah.
Separately. I go over to get some chips, as you do after a night out.
Yeah, you need the soakage for the next morning.
The soakage. And I'm chatting, and I see the person I'm chatting to just like side-eye the road, and like they kind of do a double take, and they look in the middle of the road. In the middle of the road, I see Nathan jogging backwards like a boxer, like skipping backwards, just jabbing people left and right, and they're dropping. They're like, I'm not bullshitting you. They're dropping like flies. And I'm thinking, what the fuck is going on? So obviously, it was only me and him out. I'd dive in the middle of the road, and I'd join into the game, and we're both like boxing people down, like
it's tag team WrestleMania.
We're tag team, yeah. But they just seem to keep coming and keep coming. After a while, it dies down. I think to myself,
let the bodies hit the floor.
Yeah. I think to myself, I've got 5 months training under my belt. I'm going to try some of this jiu-jitsu out. So I double leg, hit a nice double leg too. Straight to mount. I'm on top of the guy. Just like trying to control him because the whole situation seems to be diffused. I realise he looks over, and even in the middle of me on top of him, I'm giving him a few slaps. I'm not trying to be too nasty. He looks over at the corner of his eye. I see one of his boys running towards me and just boots me like a penalty straight in my tooth here. And that's why I'll never shave this because there's a little bit of a scar above my lip here. Everything, like, you know when you've ever been hit by a boxer hard and everything just flashes white for a second?
Like white flash.
Yeah. That happens. I get up. Nathan's managed to drag the guy off me, throwing the guy to the floor. And
he does his work.
Yeah.
So would you say that street fighting works better? It doesn't work. Nathan works for people.
So that
sorry, Kate.
Does not work. Like if you've got like 5+ people coming towards you, don't take someone down because if they've got 4 mates, they've got 6 mates, and don't get on the ground when there's 2 mates watching with whatever in their hand, ready to give you a boot in the mouth. Another time though, contrary to that, was when I got jumped outside of a club. I won't mention why or who was the reason why. But
yeah, that's better.
We don't have to name.
We don't need to. But I was outside smoking, and someone kind of rugby tackled me from the side, like blindsided me. I was like having an argument with another guy, and they blindside me. His friend blindsides me and takes me through, like, you know, they've got like the little fabric barriers, like like for the smoking areas out on these main streets. He takes me through that straight away, and I think I'm ashamed to say at this time I may have been a purple belt, which is bad. As soon as I hit the floor, high guard, armbar, snap.
Oh shit!
It's like you just got to rip that on because that guy's trying
allegedly.
to... Allegedly,
snap. It could have
yeah.
been anything. It could have been an orange in his pocket. You know.
He likes carrying pencils, that fella.
Yeah.
I heard he was a big pencil collector, so it was probably one of those prize pencils.
Yeah, no, that was his arm. I snapped.
Okay. Legal team about to hit him up. Giving out.
No, it's years ago now. He's probably fine. And
Probably fine.
I'll bend your hands himself.
yeah, and he was, because we both got stood up and put in handcuffs, and obviously I'm fine. I've maybe got a bruise on my back where he's taking me down, or a ripped t-shirt or something, and I'm watching him get put in handcuffs with like an arm that looks like a broken toy, and it won't twist around the right way to get to the back. So I would say that was a success that time. So you got to take the good with the bad with jiu-jitsu on the streets.
Jiu-jitsu sometimes.
Jiu-jitsu sometimes, but never use it.
More like when you're a purple belt and not a white belt as well.
Yeah,
so,
definitely.
we don't condone street fighting.
Yeah, I feel like I need to.
I'm just. Yeah, it's all, everything we say is in jest anyway. You know what I mean. So there were a couple of listeners' questions as well.
Sure.
That we wanted to before we call it a day, mate. So one was from Squish or Adam that we've spoken to a little bit
We can
earlier.
just skip past that one.
No. He's insisted that I ask you.
Okay.
He's like, what was it like to grow up in Gypsy society as a gay man with a runner's frame?
First off, I don't have a runner's frame. Everyone in this room agrees that I have a broad upper frame, and it slenders down into a tight.
When you wear shorts those tight, like I think like, you know, we're just wondering about the gay part.
You were staring for a long time though.
I didn't. I was trying to work out. Have you actually got a big? Are you equipped big, or is it just the circulation is cut off and it's swelling?
It's both. Both.
Keep jiu-jitsu gay again. Make jiu-jitsu gay.
If anyone's still listening, I've just left now.
I didn't grow up in a gypsy community. I don't know why. I lived in one caravan for a few months when I was very young, and that was.
I lived in
you live in a caravan once. Everyone thinks you're a traveller.
That's the thing. Yeah. You live in one caravan. Yeah. It's like the whole thing about what do they say? You can build bridges your whole life. No one calls you a bridge builder. You can fuck one goat. You're a goat fucker.
Where is this town you live? Did you travel over the bridge, fuck the goat, and then go back to your caravan? What the fuck?
And what else? What was the other question he said?
The other question was actually from Zach, and I think question 1 kind of answers question 2. It's not. I have a question for Lucas. Who is his favourite brown belt, and why is it me and not Adam?
Right. Okay. It would be my favourite brown belt. It might have to be Zach.
Why?
Even if it isn't Zach, it certainly isn't Adam.
I think question 1 kind of explains why
it can't be Adam. And I hope you have Adam on at some. And we need to come on here, and I need him to explain himself in front of me. But it would never be Adam.
We'll have to work out 4 mics. It's too bad me talking over people as it is with only 2 people. You know?
No, Zach's the shit. Zach's solid.
Yeah, shout out Zach Smart.
Yeah, shout out.
And Drillers Are Killers.
Yeah, okay, I didn't know if that was a.
Yeah, Zach Smart, Drillers Are Killers.
Killers.
Hopefully he'll be on with us at some point in the near future.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was it. That was it from the listeners. Is there? I'd just like to thank you personally for coming along. You know, we're early doors, and you know we're still getting used to. Obviously, this is our first interview, so
absolute pleasure, man.
You've tolerated us for the dynamic, and thank you to all the listeners. You know, we've had some great feedback and some questions for me and Mike, which I'm hoping we're going to get into the next episode. But shout out to all of you, and we'll shout you out personally in the next one. Obviously, if there's any further questions you have for the two of us, fire them away into the socials or onto the Q&A on the podcast. Mike, where do people reach us?
Yeah, so it's Degen BJJ pod on everything, all socials. There might be underscores instead of the spaces, but the apps will sort that out for you. Do follow, like, share, subscribe, and please engage. There's people interacting on Spotify on the app that are posting in questions, and we're actually going to post some of them in the next episode. So, like, if you interact with us, it makes it better for everyone. I'm going to try and start doing more content of cutting up clips of the episodes and putting them out on Instagram as well, just so you can give you little tasters. Might try and get something. It won't be for this one because it's going to come out tomorrow, unfortunately, but we can't tee them up for you, Luke, but we'll, next time we'll definitely
keep an eye out for that. Engage, as I say, fire over questions for me and Mike for the next one. Luke, definitely come back. I actually forgot to ask you about your back at your blue belt.
Oh my lord, that's what I mean. There's a shitload of stuff.
So there's loads of stuff I wanted to get into around the gym and the Carlson's culture. So we'll no,
I'll be back. I'd love to.
We'll pull you back on for that. But yeah, much love, Luke. Much love, Mark.
Cheers, guys.
If you haven't played it to your nan, definitely give it a shout. She'll love it.